Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm doing my makeup and I thought that I would vlog. Yeah man, feeling mellow as fuck, and I guess I just wanted to talk about sex and relationships and stuff like that. I just get a lot of questions on that. A lot of people want to know the tea, not only on my relationship, but my relations with women and men. One of the questions that I get asked so frequently regarding sex is how to heal from traumatic relationships. But the second most asked question is, which should I prefer more, sex with men or sex with women? And I just thought this was an interesting question because if I had never been with a girl, I'd be pretty intrigued to know the answer and response to that. And I'm pretty open about this stuff, as you guys know. I do think sex should be talked about more casually, especially from like parents to children, because I know so many girls who would be so terrified to tell their parents they were having sex, and they wouldn't get proper education, and they would end up having to buy Plan B or go to Planned Parenthood for help. And it's like, if they had some kind of open communication with their parents, then maybe they'd be a little bit safer, or they would just have someone to talk to and help guide them instead of being so terrified, you know? I've had the most intimate moments when just holding someone's hand in a crowded room, or looking into someone's eyes at dinner, or sharing my dreams and desires. Like, that has felt so pure and whole and has really connected me to someone, and those moments are just so beautiful and I cherish those. But for me, I always felt more comfortable having sex with women because I felt comfortable around women in general. And so that instantly made me so much more comfortable and ready to get intimate, and I didn't feel as body conscious around women as I did with men. And I don't really feel self-conscious when I'm having sex with someone, because if they want to have sex with me and if I'm allowing them in and like I'm wanting to share myself with them, then it's usually someone that I do feel comfortable around and who loves and worships my body as I do theirs. However, I just spiritually always have felt comfortable around women and understood without even saying anything. I'm so bad at applying this bronzer. I don't know. I really don't think one is better than the other. I just noticed that difference immediately, that like I always feel more comfortable around women than men. But I think that that's shifting a little bit. And yeah, I haven't had too many sexual experiences with women, but it's always just very passionate. And I've had a lot of not passionate sex with men, so that's just something that I can say. You know, I've had like times where I've just felt kind of obligated to, and with women I've just never had that experience. I've always been like so down, so ready, but that's also probably because I just haven't had a lot of experiences with women, and I don't exclusively date women. So if I did, then there might be a time where that happened as well. Like, why don't they have a spiritual sexuality class or something like that? I don't know. And talk about different kinds of sex. There's not just straight sex. Talk about spiritually safe sex. Like, why don't we have that in our school programs? Like, sex can fuck you up, especially when you don't want it. And we have school systems just teach respect and honoring each other's bodies. I don't know about you guys, but in my high school, I just knew so many girls who got pregnant or would have pregnancy scares and had to go to Planned Parenthood and get things taken care of, or I don't know. I literally have heard so many stories and know so many friends of friends who have had to get abortions, or they were hooking up with a guy and he got her pregnant and then he just peaced out and like disappeared. And also a lot of my friends just let guys finish in them all the time, and I just think that should be something special, you know? That's just my opinion. I know everyone is different with that, but I want to like honor it, even though it is like a biological need and desire. I want to kind of cherish it, make it a little bit more special. I don't know. I know a lot of people are on birth control, and so they're just like, whatever, it's fine if he finishes in me, but that's like, there's still a 1% chance that you can get pregnant. And I know a girl who was on birth control and she took it all the time consistently and she got pregnant. There's always that possibility. No, I'm not shaming anyone who does like let guys finish in them or chooses to like have sex frequently. That's totally your choice, and I'm so sex positive, and it's like, I don't care, you know, how frequently you have sex, as long as you're feeling good and being spiritually and physically safe. And I used to do that, you know, I used to enjoy having casual, fun sex with like awesome people. Sometimes they weren't so awesome, but I feel like I shouldn't talk while I'm doing this because it looks creepy. And I went celibate, as you guys know. I went celibate for like 9 months, and one of you commented, probably not one of you, but some random dude was like, haha, you couldn't even go celibate for a year, you slut. And I was like, first of all, I didn't stop having sex because I didn't want to be a slut. And I just think that's funny that someone would say that. But I just stopped having sex because it just started to hurt. I was just like, oh, I don't feel good after doing this. And it's kind of bringing me down, and I definitely felt like I was relying on sex with men and women for some kind of validation, and it just wasn't healthy. And so that's why I stopped having sex, because that's what I needed to do at the time. And then when I was ready to have sex again, I just couldn't find anyone who I wanted to let in or felt was worthy of my magic, of this beautiful love-making magic that we can share with each other. And then I finally did. And it's been just so healthy and so natural, and it just feels so good. Like, I wanted to give you guys this update because I told you I was going celibate, and I don't really know if I shared that I'm not celibate anymore. And I didn't really talk that much about my journey and about how people treated me and guys reacted. So natural, and I don't feel shitty afterwards. Like, I don't have this weird shame thing that I used to feel, and I think a lot of it is just because we're exclusive, and so I don't have to worry or feel like this person's going to go and be with someone else. I'm a Scorpio. Scorpios are known to be very jealous. I don't really identify with my sign very much. I'm not super jealous, and I'm not super secretive. I have my whole story out here, and I'm not vengeful. I don't believe in revenge. Those are like big characteristics of Scorpios, but I think my rising sign is Sagittarius. Something like that. There's just trust. I guess that's the big thing, is like I trust this person, and spiritually, like, we're just so on the same level. It's been really good, and I'm really glad that I took the time for myself. And at one point it just stopped being productive. At one point I really was just blocking out the entire world because I was afraid of it, and blocking out men because I was afraid of men. And I realized that I wasn't growing anymore, and that's when I decided, okay, this was at E-Forest, I'm ready to let love into my life. Like, I am allowing it in if it comes, and I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm not going to have this wall up, because I really did have a wall up where I was just like, fuck guys, I don't want anything to do with men, like, stay away from me. And that just wasn't healthy. And then literally 2 weeks after I opened my heart up to love, there it was. And I don't know how this looks right now. I honestly don't know how my face looks. Like, I just don't identify with my face. I don't know if it's a problem. It's such an existential crisis, but I just look in the mirror, like right now I'm looking at myself, and I just don't even recognize myself. Am I disassociating? I feel like I do that very frequently. But I don't know if that's a word I should just be throwing around like that. I don't know. But I do. I just feel like a lot of the times I just look in the mirror and I'm just like, who the fuck is that? Like, I don't know who she is. I like doing this obnoxiously bright highlight on the nose. I just think it's so cute. I'm sorry if you hate it. Why am I itching myself? But anyways, I really did stay away from men during the time that I was celibate. A lot of it is because the guys in my life were just trying to hook up with me and would just invite me into situations where I felt like I would be obligated to have sex, like Netflix and chilling, or I don't know, going to like certain parties where I only knew them and I would have to stay at their house overnight because it was too far from my place. I don't know, things like that. Just situations where I was like, wait, I'm gonna have to like be with them at night, like in their place, and that doesn't feel like comfortable to me. And so I was just avoiding guys altogether, and then I really was able to build up this wall of confidence, not this wall, just build up this confidence of being able to say no and just be super upfront about it. And it was so liberating and empowering to just be like, yeah, I would love to do that, but I just want to let you know that I'm not having sex right now. I'm celibate for spiritual reasons, and that's the situation. So if you don't want to hang out with me, that's fine. Like, I just really put it all out there because I would just rather be honest, and I'd want a guy to tell me, like, I just want to have sex with you, so that I could just stay away from them, or say yes if I just wanted to have sex with them, you know? Like, I just want that upfront, complete honesty, because otherwise we're just wasting each other's time. Like, I'm not having sex, so if that's where you think this is going, then, you know, I'm not the girl. It was just really positive, and a lot of guys were like, no, I want to hang out with you anyway. Some of them were rude. I got like 3 other responses like that from guys that was like, oh, that's interesting, why are you doing that? And like talking me out of it and just being like, well, it's natural to want to have sex, so I don't know why you're like repressing that from yourself or blah blah blah. And I was like, first of all, I'm still having sex with myself, who I love having sex with. I'm always down for people sharing their opinions and like sharing thoughts, but to like tell someone that they're wrong in their choices, I just feel like that's not. It's kind of like conversations that I have with non-vegans. Like, I never attack anyone for eating meat. I'm never like, ew, why are you eating that? But it's more so meat eaters attacking me for not eating meat. Like, that happens to me all the time. And they just argue with me. And I'm like, dude, let me eat my vegetables. Like, why are you attacking me? Like, I am not judging you at all. Stay in your lane. You know what I mean? And that's similar to the conversation that I had with a few guys during the celibate time who are just really trying to get me to not be celibate, or just arguing with me about it and saying that it's not natural. And I was just like, okay, I respect your thoughts and your opinions, but it's my body, and so yeah, I'm just gonna do what I feel I need to do, you know? Which is the exact response I give to people who shame me for being vegan. Isn't it a funny world we live in? I'm really not the best at doing makeup, so this isn't really supposed to be anything inspiring or a look. This is just what I put on my face. I don't know. I've watched like one tutorial. But yeah, my thoughts and feelings towards sex has really changed a lot throughout the years, and only because it started affecting me in certain ways. So I'm just sharing like my opinions as a result of my reality and experiences. But I think it's so cool that some girls can just have sex casually and just really enjoy it and have good relations with men, but I just struggle with that. But every time I've been in a relationship, it's just been so great and like so healthy and stable and amazing and not triggering and not scary. So I'm really fucking grateful for that. I feel sometimes like a weak woman because I do still, I guess, succumb to my old habits or way of thinking when it comes to men who want to fuck me, basically. Like, I still have this little shrinking thing that happens when I'm around men that I'm really trying to work through, and I know it's like a daily thing and a lifetime thing that I'll just keep getting better at. But yeah, I still have this shrinking feeling when I'm walk into a room of men or walk past a bunch of men and I'm wearing like a cute outfit and I know that they're looking at me, or I don't know, sometimes I feel like I sexualize myself just because I think that guys are sexualizing me. So that's an interesting thing. I definitely do not have all the answers, and I love when people pour out to me and just share their thoughts and feelings with me, because I don't really like giving people advice per se, or like telling anyone what to do, but I just ask them questions and they always just end up solving their own problems after I ask them these certain questions, and they're like, oh yeah, like I can just do this, or oh yeah, maybe I should do this, or oh, like they have these little realizations, and it's like, see, all that was within you. You just had to find it within yourself. And a lot of you guys ask about my spiritual beliefs, and I do follow a lot of the Buddhist philosophy, and I admire a lot of other religions too, but I mostly practice Buddhism. I got into Bhakti yoga for a while, and my takeaway from that was that if I can experience the divine, and if I can like experience this godliness when I'm praying or chanting, then it's within me. So my beliefs, I guess, are that I am God and you are God and nature is God and we all have divinity within us. And I think that we can really create that feeling and keep honoring that feeling, this like enlightened state basically. Like when I'm chanting and meditating with others, I feel so divine. I feel spiritually so high vibrational, and it is incredible, and it feels like pure bliss, and it feels like true present moment awareness, and it's so liberating, and it's like the freest moment that I could be in is in that moment, in this moment, in every moment. But in those moments of like just feeling so enlightened and awakened and one with everything, I just feel like that is the purest state, and that is like a state of divinity and something that we can all experience and see within each other and see within nature, because at the end of the day, we're all made out of universal energy, universal matter, and I think that connects us all, and that's why we really are one. And that's why, well, for me, my theory as to why I get so happy when I'm in nature and when I'm looking at the sunset or sunrise or hugging trees, like I just feel so familiar and so home amongst the trees and amongst nature and on the dirt. Like, I literally just love rolling in grass and dirt, and I feel like literally at home. You know the feeling when you walk through your front door and everything is so familiar and you're so happy and so comfortable? That's how I feel when I walk in the woods anywhere. I'm just like, oh my god, like, it honestly feels like the trees are my brothers and sisters, and I really do feel like I can attain so much wisdom just from observing the trees. And that may sound strange, but that's just the feeling that overcomes me. And then I start to think, okay, well, this is also universal matter and energy, and I don't know, it's just such a beautiful life, death, life cycle. And man, I'm like channeling so much energy from the forest right now. Yes, one day I will die, that one day everyone will die. And instead of being afraid of that, we can all acknowledge it and just be so happy to be here and just help each other speak our truth. And I say that a lot, speaking your truth, but that's really like being honest about where you are in the moment and what you want to do, and practicing that, not just talking the talk, but walking the walk. Like, if you want to become more enlightened, if you want to become more connected with yourself, and doing things, taking actions to follow those thoughts and intuitions that you may have, you know? I always honor my passions and my thoughts that come through. I'm like, oh wait, I think I would really enjoy doing that. Let me try writing a book. Let me try aerial yoga, you know? And I definitely think that all of us perhaps have a call within us to connect with ourselves and to understand and to have community and to be heard, and we can take steps towards feeling that way and feeling lighter and more divine and more awakened, if you will. So I guess my tips for beginning that journey or getting back on the spiritual path, which I know we can all fall off of, and I know I've had moments, but I love meditation. Meditation instantly just reminds me of the truth and takes me away from all the illusions in this world. And by illusions, I mean the structures and these beliefs that I have been taught in my life, like I need to be skinny to be pretty, or I need to have this certain body type to be desired, or that I am only a sexual object for men. That's something that I feel like is a little conditioned thought in my mind. Or that I need to have tons of money to be happy, you know, things like that. I feel like are all just illusions, and so when I meditate, all those are lifted from me, and I'm like, no, this is the only truth, this present moment, and this happiness, and this bliss that I feel, and everything that I'm capable of when I feel this bliss, this is the truth. And so I love doing guided meditations. I'll link some down below, and I'm also going to recommend CB Now, which is an app that I've been using a lot. So many guided meditations, a lot of breath work, which, like I said earlier, is so special to me, and chanting and hearing my voice is so special to me. It really helps me feel confident, and it breaks down this wall of like fear or embarrassment. Like when I did my orgasmic breathwork video, that wall was totally just torn down because I was like moaning and having an orgasm on YouTube. So that, I don't know, it was just so powerful. And I know that when I first started chanting and stuff like that, it was like scary. I was like, oh my god, I don't want people to hear my voice. This is so weird. Like, how are people so comfortable saying these names and like making these noises out loud? And little by little, it just started to feel so good and so liberating. And I went to this one guided meditation on the International Day of Peace. We were just inhaling and exhaling, and there was this beautiful music playing, and we were just making different hum noises and different notes, basically. And I really love this one thing that she said, was that make noise so that the people around you feel comfortable making noise. And a lot of the times we'll do yoga classes or meditations where the teacher will say, exhale with sound, or like exhale and make a noise. Releasing and making some kind of sound and encouraging others to let their voices out is just so cool. And that's another thing that I've been really inspired to do lately, is to like keep practicing self-love and worshiping myself at every state of my body so that others feel comfortable doing that too. And I talk about this too, like my boobs. Like I have triple D boobs, and I know that one day they won't be as perky or whatever. And I know that a lot of girls struggle being booby confident, and I just think that if I keep embracing what naturally occurs as my body grows and changes and gets older, it'll just inspire others too, because it'll become the norm, you know? I'm just one person, but I'm also a part of the collective, and I'm part of the noise, and yeah, I can start this revolution by making these changes within myself. And I'm obviously still working on self-love. As you guys know, I'm still coping with depression and suicidal thoughts, and I'm just so happy to do all of it, to do all of the work. But anyways, yes, guided meditations, and use my code HITOMI on CB Now for 33% off, and you have to use the website to use my promo code because you can't enter promo codes on the iPhone. And if you don't have an iPhone, you can still use the site online, and if you have like an Android, you can just go to your whatever web browser it is and use CB Now on there. So this was a ramble about a lot of different things, and I hope you guys liked it. Okay, I just wanted to let you guys know I fixed my eyebrow. It was a little weird looking, but I think I fixed it. It's always a challenge with the brows, man. My brow hair is like super sparse there, so I don't know. I haven't really watched an eyebrow tutorial in a while, but what I do for my brows, I just like to do wispy little strokes, and usually that works. I'm gonna go on to my day. If any of you guys are wondering where these beautiful cherry earrings are from, they are by Ultimate Zen on Etsy. I will link them down below. Thank you so much, Kadeen. She is fucking awesome. And she makes really cute stuff. She also made my other cherry earrings, which are like actual balls. But yeah, these are like next level, so I'll link those down below in case you're wondering. Shirt is thrifted, bra is by Free People, got it a long time ago. I'm surprised it fits, but it's cute, and it has like a little bit of underwire, but otherwise it's like just the thinnest piece of fabric, and the straps are really thin, so not very supportive, and I'm only wearing it for a little bit, and it's like super bouncy, but this is just a bra review now. Thank you guys once again. I really love talking to you, and I'll see you soon. Bye!